Welcome back to the Barrel Talk Podcast. This is episode 77. I'm joined with Nick Gwynn. How we doing?
Hey, man. We're back with another cost episode. The same cost update, mid-season.
Midseason update. But
some good stuff going on.
Interesting stuff going on. Got a ton of rumors.
And rumors, 2 grueling weeks of volleyball.
Mm.
One at Garfield, one at Jungie.
Got some updated award odds now.
Yep. Some updated power rankings. And I guess that's what we'll start with those, right?
Yeah. So
cool.
Very interesting. Got some stuff wrong for sure.
Oh, from the original ones?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
But we can start off.
Go over the big misses. I'm only looking at the ones from this week.
So I would say one of the bigger misses is 4 for 4. They have an upcoming week where they need to go 6-0 to hit their win total. Man. Another one was Team 3, which the under already hit. It's impossible for them to hit the over now. Wow. Under was a lock.
Wow.
But this team did have some trades. Mm-hmm. So kind of cut them some slack a little bit.
Yeah, they've had a rough season.
Yes.
Had a rough season.
Some would say they're rebuilding right now for next season already.
How's that even possible? That's tough.
This is what I've heard on the block.
Interesting.
Another one, Ham, already hitting the win total.
Yeah.
Already.
A little bit of disrespect.
Yeah, maybe a little bit.
Well. They've played well.
They've won the games they needed to, honestly.
Yeah.
But then there are some that still can't hit, like your team. You need to go minimum 2 and 4 to hit.
I think that'll happen.
That will probably happen.
Even though, coming off a week I didn't play.
Yes, you didn't play last week.
I did not. Injury was not feeling good, but team went 6-0 without me. So that's all right.
Maybe that's saying something.
Maybe it is.
I mean, we got 20 minutes till the deadline. You're still on this roster.
I'm checking my phone continuously.
Yes. But there are some rumors about you we'll get into later on.
No, don't even worry about that. Let's start off with these power rankings. Go over, show what's happened. At 10, we have Hit the Grass Then Pass. They have a 2-10 record overall and went 0-6 last week. At 9, we have Team 3, who is 3-9. Got their first 3 wins last week, though. 3-3 after an 0-6 week.
Mm-hmm.
At 8, I put No Name, who is actually 2-10, 1 game worse than Team 3, but they traded for Alonzo. They still have Brennan and Michaela. They still have some good pieces that they can work around. They did go 1-5 last week without Alonzo.
Without Alonzo, definitely a team that I could see making some noise. I got bets on this roster.
They could make some noise in the play-in. I don't know how far up they can go because they're 3 games behind to be determined. So I don't know how much ground they can make up, but in the play-in, they're gonna make some noise. At 7, that's where I have to be determined. They are 5-7. An abysmal week. Jesus Christ, they were 1-5.
Mm-hmm. Tough week.
After a 4-2 week 1, we had them. I think I put them in 3 or 4 in the power rankings last week. Then they fell off a cliff. So I have them down here at 7. They're gonna have to prove. They're gonna have to prove it to me that they can.
Big prove it
that they can hang.
3.
That they can hang. Yeah. Then the team that I've put a little disrespect on, Ham, 7-5, 4-2 last week. I still think they've played a really easy schedule so far. They still have to play a lot of the better teams. And I still believe in 4 for 4. I still believe in that roster. I still believe in Giovanni and Will R. They have Maya, who's going crazy. They went 3-3 last week, as well as 3-3 the week before. They're sitting at 6-6, but I think they are destined to be better than Ham by the end of the season. At 4, we have Goon Squad at 8-4. Went 2-4 last week after a 6-0 week in week 1. We kind of, not gonna lie, we all saw that coming a little bit. We didn't think they were going to keep it going. They did, because week 1 they played the worst 3 teams twice.
Mm.
So, we kind of saw them. They were going to play better competition. They were going to have a rough week, and it happened. They do get Olivia next week from that trade after week 1. So we'll see how that goes. But I have them at 4. They're good. They can make some noise. At 3, I think the surprise of the season, the Coalition. 7-5 with a 5-1 week last week. They're just playing really good volleyball. They got Ben last week, and then they seem to just start going crazy. So if they can keep it up, they're gonna be fucking. They're gonna be going crazy in the playoffs. Maybe, who knows? At 2, I have Sandslingers, 9-3, 5-1 last week. You guys are solid. But I gotta put respect on my own team, I guess. But 11-1 is just, I mean, hella good. The only game that we have lost is to you guys, actually.
Mm-hmm.
And we will rematch this week. So you could really put you guys or us at 1. I just went with the 11-1 record just because it says a lot. So
yeah.
Anything that you want to touch on specifically?
Just wrapping back to just some of the schedules that are coming up. Big week for to be determined who had a bad week this past week. Looking at their schedule, they play Hit the Grass Then Pass, Team 3, Hit the Grass Then Pass again, Goon Squad, 4-4, and then Ham.
They can
definitely turn it around.
They can't turn it. They can fuck around and get to like 5 spot, maybe the 4.
Mm-hmm.
If they go crazy. I don't know.
And then the Coalition, because I feel like they're kind of also in that middle ground. They play 4-4, Goon Squad, Hit the Grass Then Pass, Nick Smells Like Balls, Ham, and then Team 3. That's their schedule.
Yeah, so it's just a little bit everywhere.
Yeah, a little bit everywhere. And then my team, Sandslingers, who, in my opinion, we've probably had the hardest schedule throughout the first 2 weeks. We play No Name, Ham, Nick Smells Like Balls, No Name, Hit the Grass Then Pass, and then Team 3. And then you guys, kind of a tough week next week. The Coalition, No Name, Goon Squad, Team 3, Goon Squad, and to be determined. That's actually for 4-4, 4-4.
Oh.
And then your guys' schedules, Team 3 twice, Sandslingers, the Coalition, Ham, and Goon Squad.
Ooh. Okay. So yeah, we had a lot of good games this week to determine some playoff seeding.
Mm-hmm. It's definitely going to be closer down the race. You guys have already clinched getting out of the play-in.
Yeah.
I assume that Sandslingers, my team, is probably going to be clinching, and then possibly Goon Squad, depending on how everybody obviously plays in week 3.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, to be determined all the way up to Goon Squad, I could definitely see, like, getting closer in the race.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, that little middle ground is going to close. It's going to be pretty close at the end.
Yeah. It's for the
7th. They all play each other, so
yeah.
Who knows how it's going to end up.
I feel so 8 through 10 is more so looking like they're all locked up for the most part.
Pretty much, yeah. Unless somehow No Name or Team 3 have a great week and to be determined and 4-4 kind of struggle, then they could jump them and make it out of the plan. But I pretty much feel like those 3 teams are confirmed for the plan.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's definitely going to be entertaining week 3. Just avoiding that plane is going to be huge.
Fuck yeah.
But we
then
also
then you get into like the award, you updated the award odds.
Yeah.
Because like award races are getting pretty close too, honestly.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I can start out with Rookie of the Year updated.
Mm-hmm.
So my Beasley is actually number 1 to win Rookie of the Year right now, -110, followed by Tasia plus 300, then Colin and DT at plus 600. Those are the top 4 for those awards right now. I knew Maya was going to be good. It's kind of like most surprising. I kind of knew she was going to be good, but she had a really, really good week last week.
Mm-hmm.
And DT's already been on 2 teams or 3 teams. within the first
Yeah.
2 weeks of costs.
I mean, that's not
So
all his fault though.
no.
But I don't know. I feel like DT hasn't disappointed. It's just like people kind of hyped him up a lot, and he didn't really live up to it as much. Colin's playing well. He had a really good week 1. Kind of didn't play as well week 2. So that's why he's not there. But it just feels like Maya and Tasia, like they just they don't feel like rookies. It feels like they already understand our play completely. I mean, they have their teams. I don't know. Well, Maya's on what, 4-for-4?
Yeah.
So they're 6-6, but she's subbing fucking every game for the top teams in the league. But yeah, I mean I feel like those two are really the top 2 right now.
Yep.
Pretty easily.
And then MIP odds. Number 1, we have Elzar plus 250, then followed by Isabel Shook at plus 350, Connor Carson's at plus 450, Haley Esther at plus 600, Hunter Kelly at plus 700, followed by Alex Solbrig also at plus 700, and then Holden Connor at plus 1,000. MIP is very, very intriguing right now.
It's intriguing and it's wide open.
Yes. Anybody on this list I could see winning it. In my opinion, it's just all really who comes down and has a good week 3.
Yeah.
But this
is when it's going to be the close games and people are going to be watching them, and this is where people are going to have to show out, and we'll know by the end of this week, because I think there will be a pretty
it should be a gap. Yeah, because voting does open on Saturday night after we play, so it's gonna be interesting. And then MVP, another pretty close race for anybody. I wouldn't say this one is crazy wide open with how the records are looking and how it's looking for week 3. But number 1, Pre-Sheedy, plus 110, followed by Isaac Griffiths, plus 300, followed by me, plus 350. Then Ethan Griffiths and Haley Stewart both at plus 600. Ben at plus 800, and then Giovanni at plus 850.
Yeah. I think that's pretty valid.
Yeah.
So that's a pretty good list of who I think could actually win it. I mean, Giovanni's struggled a little bit. His team has struggled. Ben had an amazing week 2. He wasn't there week 1. If he was like to come out and Coalition goes 5-1 again, and Ben just plays amazing, like I could see him just coming out of nowhere and stealing that award.
Yeah.
And then you talk about like you and Isaac, and then Haley and P Money, just the top 2 players on the top 2 teams. They're both, all 4 of you are playing hella good. So
yeah, and then
was anybody else?
Ethan Griffiths.
Ethan,
who had a great, whose
great
team had a great week 1.
Yeah.
Kind of fell off towards week 2. Not his play, but just the team overall.
Yeah, and he's always going to be in those MVP races.
Yeah. And then, so pretty much 4 out of the top 5 all play each other.
There you go.
Top 2 teams in the league do play each other this Saturday. Record-wise, top 2 teams in the league.
Yeah.
So
it's going to be interesting.
for sure. But do want to give props to Haley Stewart for being on this list. We all know how good Haley is, but we've never seen a girl win an MVP award in COS.
Have we not?
No.
Oh, we had one. Did Katie not win one? I thought she did.
Not to my knowledge.
No, I think you're right, but for some reason I thought we did. Yeah, I mean, shit. She deserves it. Haley's hella good, bro. Like that duo is insane.
Yeah,
they're crazy.
I feel like we're in the season of duos right now.
A little bit.
But
Isaac, young Griffo in MVP talks finally.
I said it before the season started.
Took long enough.
Said it before the season started.
You're just pushing this narrative in my
the
face.
Narrative. It's there though.
Oh, it's there for sure. It's there. But this week, when the Griffo cell makes its appearance, and all those talks go out the window.
Then if it happens, then I'm also right there.
Yeah, this week when the play just like goes to you most of the time during the games, then Isaac's MVP case goes out the window.
But
then he's just not even the best player on the team.
Nothing more I want to see than my man Young Griffo prove the haters wrong by winning.
But you don't want your own MVP? Because people talking about you crazy a little bit.
Yeah, there were rumors.
There were rumors. People were talking crazy about you. So you don't want that MVP?
About me taking a step back. as a reigning player of the year in cost. I want to see my teammates thrive. Honestly, I'm not worried about the accolades or anything else. As long as we get to the finals, win a ring, I'm content.
Wow, that's a vet answer right there.
Yeah, I mean, I just want to see my teammates thrive at the end of the day.
Wow.
And Isaac Griffiths,
Wow.
somebody who's had so much
What a good guy.
so much slander on Isaac.
Deservedly so. Deservedly so.
Yes, I will not lie.
deserves it.
Deservedly so. But somebody who's really had an up and down career up to this point. MVP could really silence some haters for sure. But yeah, those are MVP award odds for all the awards. Voting opens on Saturday night after week 3. But we can also hop into some rumors around the league.
Rumors. You want to go over the trades first?
Yeah, go ahead. You can go over the trades.
I don't even have them up. I'm not going to lie. I thought you did. I mean, really, that's the thing. The trades weren't even like that crazy this year. This season. Most of them were like for this like people that hadn't even been there. So like the all-time subs. Like, did anybody? I mean, DT got traded a few times. You said for like Andrew got traded, or did Andrew get traded?
Yes,
Andrew got traded.
I would say the biggest trade that happened was Lindsay for DT, and that was for 4-for-4. So now they have Giovanni, Maya, Will Reamson, DT. Very good team. I think they definitely won that trade. But a lot of these trades more so happen just because of people not being there for one. I feel like when you have a team that's there, it's easier to get the chem going. And another trade that happened was actually kind of crazy. Probably the most legacy-saving trade I've ever seen in cost was Olivia, who is number 1 ranked all-time in cost at the moment on the legacy rankings. Traded for Kayla Sheridan, who has not been here, will be here for playoffs. That Olivia's team started out 0-6. 0-6 and gets traded to Goon Squad, who at the time was 6-0.
Yeah.
And then Goon Squad kind of has a bad week too.
Which it's funny she wasn't even there for that. So she gets traded and wasn't there for the first week that she gets traded to that team. So
I think it's crazy.
She is 0-6 on the season.
Yes. Has not even picked up a win in cost yet.
But she's on an 8-4 team.
Yep.
Playoff hopes. Yeah, it's just kind of legacy saving. It was a rough week 1. We saw that. We talked about it with Keyshawn a little bit too. Just a rough week. And it's just, just coming off that being number 1 in the legacy rankings, I think affected it a little bit because we all, like we just said,
we hold her to a higher standard.
You're the best. You're literally just the best.
Yeah, you're supposed to be him.
Couldn't even pick up a 1.
Couldn't even pick up a win in week 1.
And it was at Garfield. A lot of weird circumstances.
Yes, very much so.
But being able to move to this 8-4 team instead of being right now, what are they, 2-10 or 3-3? Oh no, 3-9 instead of being 3-9. Yeah, it's kind of legacy saving, especially if they were to go on and get to the finals or something like.
Yeah,
knowing that you would have been a playing team right now.
Yes.
So it's a little
bit now one of the better playing teams.
No.
But those were mainly the other big trades.
Yeah.
We've seen like Lindsay and Antonio get traded for each other. Basically ends up has what right now we see is just subs being traded for each other in different tiers. But other than that, the only 2 big ones is Olivia for Kayla Sheridan and then Lindsay for DT are the only moves, I think. And trade deadline is in 4 minutes, and Nick Gwynn is still on his own roster.
Well, wait, let me check and make sure
you don't got any text coming in.
Okay, yeah, no, the inbox is clear. I think we're all good, ladies and gentlemen. I survived. Dude, I got, because I was, how I was recording last week? Priest texted me, was asking for a video, and it was on your phone. And he asked me, he's like, bro, send me that. When I saw the notification, I thought I got traded. I saw Priest GD typing on Snapchat. I was like, no, don't tell me this.
How long did it take you to open it?
Like 10 minutes. It was. I couldn't stop thinking. About it. No, don't even torture myself. Just open it. He's like, hey, can you send me that video? So,
but that can kind of get us in. You can go ahead because this rumor is about you.
What?
or just around the league and everything else, is that you are faking the injury. I personally do not believe this, but I just want you to give your 2 cents on this situation because
I
it is about you.
I don't know who's spreading this crap around, but it's not true. I wish it was true. I really do. I wish was faking the hurt that's happening, but it's not. So that's all I have to say. You were there for the incident.
I
Like
was.
like you've said many times, there's a freak accident,
Yeah, just something you hate to see happen
crazy
to a
offseason
bet in
stuff.
the
So
league.
yeah, so we're gonna get better. We're gonna get better. I am planning to play this week. So
You did take week 2 off.
I did take week 2 off, feeling a lot better. So
I mean,
I
now
do
you got
get
week
some
3
plays. I got to get some play time in before playoffs.
for sure.
Have to. So, but yeah, no, not faking the injury. Really, I really wish I was, guys. Really.
I also thought the rumor was blasphemous. I mean,
It's insane.
bet in the
These
league.
people will say anything these days.
Yeah.
To get a like, you psychos. All right. What's next? We got. We talk about the coalition.
Yes, coalition, big
Lot
topic.
of talk going on around the camps of the coalition these days.
Yes. So, ever since really after the draft for this season, Isaac Solmeyer has been on the trade block. It's been well known, but no trade has been done. Really didn't get enough traction to get Isaac Solmeyer out of the coalition. And then also another rumor came out about veteran Nick Smith saying that he wanted out and he wasn't happy in his role on the team. But both these guys are still on their rosters. Didn't seem like there was a right trade for either one of them. But
I don't even remember. We talked to the GMs. I didn't hear any talk about Nick Smith ever being possibly on the move. I did hear about Stoll. We all kind of knew from the beginning that he was a possibility, but like you said, the market kind of dried up when he didn't show up for week 2. He had an okay week 1, played all right. But when you don't show up week 2, people don't get to see you play. Market kind of dries up a little bit.
Yeah.
So yeah, they definitely weren't going to be able to get what they wanted out of it.
No. And this team did go 5-1, getting their best player back.
And that's the crazy thing. Like they had such a great week, and the energy was high. We all saw, they were going around, they were jumping around, screaming, they were talking trash with other teams.
Mm-hmm.
So it's interesting because they were talking a lot. So it's weird to see that there a lot of negativity going on in their camp right now.
And then going back to them going 5-1, coalition from people around the league were almost caught cheating during a couple of these games. Yes. So they were getting a tier 2 player for a tier 3 player, which obviously in the league is not allowed. It did happen. It actually was successful for them probably 2 or 3 times, but people also stepped in and was like, hey, you can't have that player. We have a tier system for a reason. Because they were missing Isaac Solmeyer, who is a tier 3 player. And they were caught trying to get tier 2 players on their team to play these games. And it led to them going 5-1. I'm not one to say that their getting a tier 2 sub was the only reason they went 5-1, because they did get Ben back, who was an MVP candidate. But definitely something to shed some light on.
Definitely interesting, but we'll let people in on a little insight. Kind of happens a lot, I don't think that big of a deal. We kind of see this. This isn't the first time we're seeing something like this. People all the time try to take advantage. Some things slip through the cracks. Our commissioner was absent this week, so other people had to step in, look at subs. We shouldn't have enough eyes looking at subs, and some things are going to slip through the cracks. And we hope that the league hopes to be better, but we don't see it as a big issue right now.
No, and this is coming from co-commish right here.
That was an official talk right there. A doctrine, they say.
Yes. But another crazy rumor, which might not be so crazy, is Alonso Morales stepping down as commissioner of costs. I mean, this has been talks for years, I feel like, ever since even I joined the league. I think it's crazy.
There's been commissioner talk since like 2017. It's been long talked about. But I don't know. We haven't, we don't talk about that very often. I don't know about that. I don't know. I haven't heard it. You have
I
any?
just
I
think
don't. Is anything else surface? Like we got multiple people saying this.
I do hear multiple sources that
Wow.
have came for
Yeah.
Alonso's head, saying that he needs to be fired.
His head.
But I just think I don't see Alonso going anywhere anytime soon. Just signed an extension for the commissioner of calls. I just
He
think
did
he's just
sign. He
gonna.
did sign the extension. I don't
Mhm.
see the board making that kind of a rash decision this
No,
early into his extension.
no.
Um, Also, like there's a few new members on the board. I don't see them making that kind of decision right now.
Mm-mm, mm-mm. And then the big topic that happened this past week is the Holden and Adam kind of collision that happened in one of their games. But Holden Connor has been in the past aggressive on the
He did.
sand.
He did have a 1 week suspension for injuring Brooke
Yep.
last summer.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
But
and now
Holden
he's in
is,
the news again.
yes, in the news again for another suspension. But
Dude,
he has came out and said that he's going to be stepping away for week 3 and he's going to be back ready to go for the playoffs. He came to me personally and said that just a minor miscommunication. Him and Adam are competitors. They want to win. Just a little miscommunication. Stepped on his foot. Hopefully nothing injury prone happens. We'll get the injury report on Friday, Saturday morning.
he has been
Hopefully,
seen walking without a boot since then.
yes,
So
he has.
we
But
think he's going to be all right.
but I wouldn't deem this to go as a suspension. He's already taken the blame. He's already stepping away for week 3, and just seems like a minor miscommunication. Doesn't seem as severe as the past suspension that he went through
It
last
seems
summer.
it seems he learned. It seems he learned his lesson
Yes.
because we know this is accidental, but last time it was also accidental. There's a little bit of more miscommunication. He was trying to deny it. Bunch of crazy things. There's a lot harder. It seems like he learned his lesson. He's being more of a vet about it. Came
Mm-hmm.
out, like you said, stepping away himself. It's a good move. I don't think the league is going to step in and do a suspension.
No, especially from a team in hand who's already hit their win total, playing really good ball.
Mm-hmm.
Going into week 3, need to have another good week to really solidify themselves in the playoffs and not the play-in.
Yeah.
Without Holden Connor, they're going to have to go get a tier 4 sub, but I feel like we shouldn't have to worry too much about a suspension coming Holden's way.
No. He'll be there for playoffs, I think.
Yes.
They just need to have a good week. They're 7-5. I think they'll stay out of the play-in.
Yeah.
Just how high can they get in the seeding?
Mm-hmm. But yeah, that's all I really had for the rumors around the sand.
Oh.
Yeah, some interesting ones, some crazy ones that I don't believe, but people talk.
People talk. I don't know. There's a lot of stuff going on. Hopefully next week we'll have a. I don't know if we want to do a podcast next week over the awards that do happen, because awards next Saturday night will be interesting.
Yeah.
Then we're there for play. Then we've got playoffs.
Yep.
We could do. We'll talk about the awards. Talk about playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
The matchups. It'll be interesting.
Yeah, and then
crazy.
Right after playoffs, into another season.
Literally, just that night, probably just gonna draft.
Yep.
The next season. So, cost is never ending.
Nope, it isn't.
Continuously moving.
Nope.
And and Nick Wynn is officially staying on Nick Smells Like Balls.
Official.
Trade deadline has passed. They can't do anything about it. Ha ha. Too bad, Haley and Priest. You had me for the whole season.
But you want to wrap it up there?
Yeah.
All right. Thank you guys for tuning into the Barrel Talk podcast. Hope you tune in future episodes.